Hello everyone, thank you for being here today. My name is Azzahwa Pradipta Pinasthi, and I'm excited to present my paper titled How Does Sustainability Drive Customer Perception and Competitive Advantage in Indonesia? In this presentation, I will discuss about the background, key findings, methodologies, and implications of the study, as well as how it can contribute to improving strategic approaches in sustainable businesses. Let's begin. Before we move to the next discussion, I will talk about the background. Before we move to further discussion, I will talk about the backgrounds of the study first. That Indonesia is the fourth most populous country. With that number of population, agricultural sector has become a vital economic and employment driver by contributing 12.4% of GDP and employing over 40 million workers in 2022. Despite being a major contributor to GDP and employment, the sector relies heavily on traditional environmentally harmful practices, such as using chemical fertilizer and intensive farming methods that can lead to environmental degradation and potential health risks. In order to address it, the government is promoting sustainable agriculture, creating an opportunity for companies like PT Dinasti Inti Sarana to differentiate themselves and align with this goal. So, brief introduction to the company. PT Dinasti Inti Sarana is a horticultural seed company based in Yogyakarta, Indonesia, that was established in 2013. While the company has initiated some sustainable practices, such as maintaining soil health by using organic fertilizer and managing water consumption, and as well as developing disease-resistant seeds and using recycled friendly packaging, works comprehensive marketing strategy. So, based on the introduction, there's a problem for the company where, despite the company adopting sustainable practices, it is still unable to effectively leverage these efforts to gain a competitive edge. As there a significant knowledge gap in applying sustainable marketing principles to the B2B agricultural sector, especially in the Indonesian context, where most research focuses on B2C or developed market. Based on that problem, I generated two research questions. The first one, how can PT Dinasti Inti Agus Sarana effectively leverage their sustainable practices to influence customer perception? And two, what are the critical areas of improvement necessary to enhance PT Dinasti Inti Agus Sarana's competitive advantage? Before moving on, we will discuss several key terms of definition. The first one of sustainable practices refers to actions and practices that aim to reduce environmental impacts and promote social equity by addressing the root causes of problems and focusing on social practices rather than individual action. While sustainable marketing is a process of promoting products that support sustainable economic, social, ecological, ethical, and technological development. In order to answer the research question, qualitative case study is chosen as a methodology. In this research, a case study approach is selected because it provides an in-depth examination of how PT Dynasty can integrate sustainability into its marketing strategy as a competitive advantage within the Indonesian agricultural sector. But before we continue, why do we choose this company? The company was chosen because it is located in Yogyakarta, a region with a significant concentration of seed companies in Indonesia. As of 2022, there are 60 seed companies operating in Yogyakarta, which is already half of the total number of seed companies in Indonesia, which is 113 companies. Moreover, with a strong market presence and a history since 2013, the company offers a suitable platform to explore intric- intricacies seed industry in Yogyakarta. And for the data collection, the data will be collected through semi-structured interview with full respondents to get insights into sustainability efforts, purchasing decisions, and perceptions of PT Dynasty's seed products, depending on the target group of the interviewee. The first interviewee is from the company's representative. He is the general manager of the company. The second interviewee is a seed distributor, and the third and fourth interviewee are farmers. To analyze the data that have been collected, a combination of direct interpretation and categorical aggregation will be used to analyze the interview data. Direct interpretation will focus on understanding individual experiences and perspectives, and categorical aggregation will help to identify broader patterns. Moreover, triangulation will be used to support the findings by comparing data from interviews with companies' documents and previous research. In this research, author conducted two cycles of coding. First cycle, or verbatim coding, and second cycle, or pattern coding. The first cycle coding involves breaking down the data into small units and assigning label or codes to them. For pattern coding, it's reorganize the coded data into broader themes by analyzing the initial codes to identify patterns. From the interview results, I found 15 codes that will be interpreted into 8 pattern coding, as you can see on the slides. Based on the pattern identified, there is the research framework. Now let's discuss it one by one. The first one, the one on the left, sustainable practices and customer perception. Sustainable practices can positively influence customer perception by demonstrating a commitment to sustainability can enhance a company's reputation and trust among customers. And since nowadays farmers have a positive attitude towards sustainable practices, it can significantly influence their buying decision. Moving on to the middle, selecting suppliers and customer perception. Selecting the right suppliers can impact customer perception. By how? By introducing suppliers with strong brand reputation, ethical practices, and the ability to offer competitive pricing can influence how customers view the reliability and value of the company's product. Moving on to the right one, selecting the distributor and customer perception. Selecting the right distributor can influence how farmers perceive the company's market reach, reliability, and overall brand image. Because distributor in them because distributor is in direct contact with farmers, so they can impact farmers' access product and act as the communication connector for the company and farmers. Moving on to the right graph, the educating farmers and farmers' decision making. The education can empower farmers to adopt sustainable practices, introducing knowledge of the importance and benefit of sustainable practices. Increased knowledge can lead to a more proactive approach to farming, a greater adoption of sustainable practices by the farmers. Moving on to farmers' decision making in demand of sustainability. Farmers' decision can affect the demand for sustainability as farmers become more knowledgeable and aware of the benefit of sustainable. They, dri- uh, they can drive market trends towards environmentally friendly or sustainable products. Moving on to the customer perception demand and demand for sustainability areas of improvement. The customer perception and increasing demand for sustainability highlights areas where companies can improve their operation. Farmers' preferences give feedback for the companies to enhance their seed products and customer interaction. Mm, This research answers the research question by how. For the first research question, how can Caterina CMP Agusana effectively leverages their sustainable practices to influence customer perception? The company can influence customer perception by effectively communicating its sustainable practices to build trust and differentiate the company from competitors. And for the second research question, the company, uh, for the question is what are the critical areas of improvement necessary to enhance the PT Dinasti Inti Agusana's competitive advantage? Uh, the answer is the company should focus on two key areas of improving seed quality and strengthening customer support and after-sales services. That's all from me. Thank you for being here today with me and hope you have a great day. Thank you.